So my experience growing up in India is that I haven't met, generally speaking, anyone who is not religious or spiritual. It's only when I arrived in Australia, I came to realize there are Catholics and there are non-practicing Catholics and practicing Catholics. It's annual practicing Catholic, like once a year. But back home, while I was growing up, even in school, you either belong to Hinduism, goes to temple, pray, comes to the school with your things from the temple on your head, or you go to the mosque, you pray, or you're Catholic or Christians, very proudly, go to the church, pay a visit, and walk back to school. So it was everyone spiritual, and everyone prayed and celebrated their lifestyle around their particular faith. And also, one of the reasons that made us religious, spiritual, for the right reason or wrong reason, is, I would say, hardships and struggles. One of the blessings in Australia, I have lived here almost 20 years, so is the healthcare system in Australia. How well, obviously we have complaints, but how well we are looked after, especially in the case of a terminal sort of diagnosis. But if that particular thing happened, places like where I come from, or places where there are poor healthcare, even if you are a middle class person, you could be bankrupt because there are no healthcare, there are no support from government. So if you want your family or someone need attention like very quickly because of terminal illness, that could be very detrimental to your finance. And in all those times, we tend to religion. We tend to faith in God to really survive, find meaning in struggles. Because there are things in our lives, situations, circumstances that keeps us on our knees. And this was true of people who migrate to Middle East. And I often wonder the churches in Middle East. There are not many churches. In Dubai, there is only 2 churches. And then other places around it has churches. But they are full all the time. There will be at least 7 or 8 masses on weekend. There are times 12 masses. Christmas, there could be 20 masses. Up and down, downstairs and upstairs in the church. And it's just people who are there, who comes from Philippines, Indonesia, India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, other places who have a lot of poor conditions and they want to go somewhere else to find jobs and send money back to their countries. They know the value of the job. They know what will happen to them if they lose the job, because a lot of these visas are based on their employment. So they have this reason to pray. They have this reason to hold on to something beyond them that can create order in their chaos. Because of that, they are on their knees. They pray. And it is true, even in my own personal lives. Recently, we lost mom's carer. So for 3 years and 9 months, I didn't have to worry about it. I've been having a good run. So lately, as a family, we are back in the same time where we're looking for a carer that will fit with mom and make mom happy, and we are also happy. Well, 3 years and 9 months, I didn't have to worry. Now, every day, I worry. And I was saying to my sister that, well, it just keeps us, let us know that everything happens to us is a blessing and it is a gift. And sometimes we can, things are all good. I don't have to worry about praying or anything. It's all going according to my plan. There comes something, Oh, Lord, help me. That's my experience. Maybe not yours. In the Bible, in the Gospel and the first reading, we have this sense of vineyard, a beautiful fertile land, the story Jesus tells. There is a wine press, it is fenced around, it has everything to produce great fruits. When we look at our lives, whether it is physically, materially, spiritually, we are so blessed. We are very well blessed. In our faith, we have sacraments at least once in 2 months, twice in 1 month we have masses. You get the variety of Father Franco, wise, and also me, a kind of clown. You have all the varieties. We have our children in little ways. We have Holy Communion, our community. We are able to come together. We are so blessed spiritually. At least even if we are not able to attend Mass, we can still tune on to different Masses around the world, listen to people on speaking and understanding, and even we have books to read and reflect. Very well blessed. In the Catholic spirituality, we have practices, way of the cross, prayers, saints, and spiritualities. Carmelite spirituality, Franciscan spirituality, different ways to really, enrich our spiritual life. Truly blessed. Even though we live in remote places, there are services available and there are things that is supporting us. We are very blessed. But at times, we can take things in our control. When everything going okay, our tendency is that, how can I become God? Everything is going all right. Now, can I become God now? This was the temptation from the very beginning. If you look at the book of Genesis, Adam and Eve story. Now, everything is fine. We are in a garden, looked after well. Now, can I become God? Can I control my destiny? Can I decide what is right and wrong for me? Same story happens in the story of Babylonian thing. They build this huge tower because they are so happy. They need to do something. They build this huge tower. Let's see what happens in heaven. Boom, crumbling down. And down through the century, even around us, nowadays what is happening, whether it is about sexuality, gender issues, about environments, about people's lifestyle choices, everything is that sometimes in the Western world, we are so much in abundance. Sickness is not affecting us anymore. Poverty is not. That's a good thing. And a lot of our services, technology, inventions, everything is blessing us. So we are so bored. So I just come out one day like, I like to be like this. Or I like to do this. Oh, my marriage is like that. We're going crazy because there is too much time. There is too much support from government. There's too much we are blessed that we are unable to recognize everything around us is a gift. And that's why in Proverbs we read, the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. What would be fear of God for us? And I don't have to tell you this, at this stage in your life, you probably know this already, that life is not in our control. We are not that important. One day we will die. And that's foundation is the fear of God. God has given everything to me. I am not in control. I am not that important. One day I will die. I have been a faithful servant to all the blessings that God has surrounded with me. I didn't take over the vineyard and tend it around the way I liked, but I used the vineyard. I used the winepress. I have been faithful to the life and the blessings He gave me. And I have produced fruits. in plenty. And I have shared it with people, those who have not been fortunate like me. So let's be grateful for all the vineyards the Lord has blessed us with. All those times we were able to work hard, raise a family, give them everything, and whatever was left over, we shared it joyfully with others. And God will say to us, "Well done, faithful and good servant. Come to the peace of the rest with me." Amen.